Now what we will do, we will try to see how best we can use Tally add-ons and Tally TDL. Now one major challenge which we face today is we have whole lot of data to enter and very limited time. And this is going to be the trend probably in the near future as well, correct? More and more work, less and less resources, less and less time. How can I do more with limited resources and time? For that, that is where these add-ons can be extremely handy. Let's try to look into how do I import my data from Excel to Tally. I repeat, how do I import my data from Excel to Tally? So for this, I'm using an add-on called as E2TallySoft, and this is by a company by name Windsor Infotech. You can visit their website should you want to get more details. But let me give you an example. See, most of us, when we are getting started with accounting, one of the areas where we actually make a mistake or we have a challenge is that we follow different chart of accounts for each of the client. Why can't we follow to a large extent standardized chart of accounts is the question number one. Now, what happens when we follow standardized chart of accounts? All the accounts or all the parties, whatever they're doing consistently, it becomes easy, and you have to do any synchronization, any comparison, it becomes easier. First. Second, you cannot have the same chart of accounts 100%. I agree. Try at least 60-70%, at least your expenditure, income, your salary, whatever is that, try to have a standardized chart. Step number 3, we need to import the standard chart of accounts into Tally so that all the transactions from then on will be with the standardized names and nomenclature. This is exactly what happens in high-end systems such as SAP. If you look into SAP or if you look into Oracle, they're having this names or chart of accounts which begin with number codes. I don't expect you to maintain number codes. Maintain normal current liabilities, current assets, but let it be standardized. Otherwise, what happens? By default, it becomes extremely difficult. So using this tool, I'm going to take you through two things. Step number 1 is I'm going to use one of their templates and import their masters. And step number 2, I'm going to import some dummy vouchers so that you're able to get a better idea. Correct? And we will also do what is called as a bank statement import so that you get an idea how bank statement also can be imported. So let me quickly jump into an Excel sheet. So this is the Excel sheet, or I'll open a new Excel sheet, and I have the add-on which you see in the extreme corner over here, Tally E2Soft. So let me double click that. There is an option called templates. I choose a template called master. Then it asks me which master do you want to show. Step 1 accounting, step 2 cost center, additional modules. I ignore all of this. I just click onto accounting and I just say open. So it says, do you want to open? Yes, let us open it. Now it has created one template or one format where all the names of the ledgers and the parent and the primary group are existing. Okay, now what we will do is we will see how we can import this entire data into the Tally database. For that, let's take a new Tally file to get started. So create a company, let us say Tax Friends. All these things I can choose whatever I want. Okay, I'm ignoring password for the time being. Now my company is ready. Please note there are no vouchers entered. And look into the list of accounts they have. Masters, accounts info, ledgers, display. Please see how many ledgers they have. They have only 2 ledgers. Now what we will do, my dear friends, we will import this entire master, the ledgers and the vouchers into Tally. Let's see how that works. So I go to the software called E2T and there is an option called import to Tally. I click on masters. The moment I click on masters, it is asking me, what is it that you want to import? Do you want to import the groups? Do you want to import the ledgers? Do you want to import the voucher types? I say, let's import all the 3. Yeah. What is the difference? So the moment I say import, it says, this is the company open. Do you want to go ahead? Yes. So wait for a few seconds. it is importing all the data, and in minutes you will get the result. Look at this. It has created 41 groups, altered 28 groups, ledgers created 256, altered 2, voucher types created 2, or altered is 23 types. Do you want to save the statistics? It's again your choice. I just choose no, and my first step is complete. So what did I do? I am able to import this entire master. Now please note, my vouchers entered are still 0, but if I go to my accounts info and ledgers, and I say display the ledgers, I'm sure you will appreciate, see the number of ledgers which we are having. Correct? So it's a huge amount of repository of ledgers. Second, so what this does is, instead of me sitting and entering one by one at a time, at one shot, I can upload this entire master. So I've uploaded the master. What is the next exercise? I need to upload my bank statement. So the bank statement a client has given me. Let us presume this is HDFC Bank. The client has given me some bank statement and it looks like this. Now there are roughly about 41 transactions in this particular bank statement. And it might take normally about 1 hour, 2 hours, depending upon the pace at which somebody is entering. Now, can I finish this entire exercise in a span of 15 minutes to 20 minutes? Quite possible. How do I use it? I use another function in the software called as E2T, which can import the features. And how do I get started with that? First and foremost, I need to introduce one last column over here called as name of the ledger. And I need to write what is the description of these ledgers, whatever is there. For example, bank charges, All India Computer Institute, Amar Computer Peripherals, Anand and Co. Now, various things like this I need to mention. The moment I mention it, we all know my difference. When we are passing a bank statement entry, we know either the debit or the credit has to be impacting the bank. So for that, this is how the actual step-by-step process is. So you have to write first the name of the ledger. The moment the name of the ledger is there, immediately go to the software called E2TallySoft. You have an option called Convert Data. I am using an option called Bank Statement Convert. There are other options like services, salary, purchases, sales, receipt and payment. Whole lot of things are possible. I'm using only the function called bank. The moment I click on bank, please look into this. It is identified, or it is created one template. It is asking me to show or select what is the name of the bank. So I simply say connect to Tally. Now it is connecting to Tally and gives me a drop down, which are all the bank accounts there in Tally. So let us say I choose hypothetically State Bank of India, or I think this was HDFC. Let's choose the right bank itself, HDFC Bank. Then you have to mention where is the column heading. How do I know where the column heading is? That is basically row number 21. The moment I show you this, look at this. Within a few seconds, automatically the fields have got auto-filled. Then you also have corresponding ledger, which is ledger or column. I choose a column and I say, hey, you know what? Pick it up from this particular last column called name of ledger. What is this meaning? It means if it is an income, or if it's a if it is an credit to the bank account, or if it's an income to the, or it's a deposit into the bank account, it will basically take the name of the ledger and bank account and debit it, name of the ledger and credit it. Reverse scenario, if there is a payment, if the payment was taking place, what it will do? It will basically debit this particular ledger and credit the bank account. That is the way this will automatically work. So what we will do is we'll click on convert data. The moment we click on convert data, it takes the bank statements and converts into the format under which this is there. So we will just expand this. We have a whole lot of information: debit, credit, value date, instrument number, etc. And if you scroll down, all the information is there. You can also click on statistics to double check. Number of transactions is 41. The beginning date of the transaction and the closure date of the transaction is given over here. So once you have got a comfort on this, to double check whether all the statements or all the things have come up, please click on export to Excel. The moment I click export to Excel, it says, do you want to export it and do you want to open it? Again, the choice is yes. Either I can just say yes or no. I can ignore. This is only for me to keep a track of it. But the beauty of this is not in this step. It is in the next step. Click on preview vouchers, which you see in the extreme corner here. The moment I click preview vouchers, see what happens. A wonderful function where all the entries are getting converted to a debit and a credit format within few seconds. Look at this. First is bank charges debit, HDFC account credit. Second is a receipt. So HDFC OD account debit, All India Computer Institute credit. So therefore, I have received money and it is basically taken. And the last step is the narration. Narration is nothing but whatever is there in that particular bank narration that appears here as narration. All that I have to do, my dear friends, is browse for the folder and now save this. And then what happens? I have this ready. So I will save this. The moment I save, obviously the file and the format will open. Let's give it 1 or 2 minutes because it is running in the backend. The moment it is done, do you want to export? Do you want to open the file? I say yes. The data is ready. Now all that I have to do is see the number of transactions. 41 transactions are there. Go to the software, quickly go ahead and import to Tally the vouchers and just say, hey, you know what? Import all these vouchers to Tally. Just say, okay, this is the company name. Do you want to import? Yes. Go ahead. Do you want to validate the data? I just say yes. Within few seconds, entire thing is validated. And look at this. 41 vouchers have been created in a span of less than half a minute. This is the power of automation. This is the power of using technology for doing your various work. Now, the same thing we can also go one level above, or slightly, at a larger scale. Let's say there are multiple vouchers. So let's take a voucher template to see how it happens. Let's say there are hundreds of vouchers. What it can do? So I go to this vouchers. Look at this. There are a lot of purchase, sales, whatever is there. But if I come to the end, see how many vouchers are there? 916 vouchers are there. So again, I go back to the software. I click on this software called E2 TallySoft. The moment I go click there is an option for import to Tally, import all the vouchers. And now it asks me, which do you want to import? I just say accounting vouchers. Please go ahead and import it. And it confirms the name of the company. Do you want to validate? Yes. If there's an error, it will throw up. Otherwise, it will go ahead and validate it and push all of these entries. And this should be done in a span of about 2 to 3 minutes. Of course, depending upon your RAM configuration, etc. This will take a little longer, but this is a whole lot of new ball game which it can save in terms of time. So if there's an error, as I told you, the error might pop up, or it may actually go ahead and import it. Okay, so this is the powerful feature of this software called as Excel to Tally, which is basically called E2 TallySoft. Now, why I'm telling you this is, I am not trying to market this particular product, but I'm trying to tell you what is the power of automation. What is the power of ensuring that these entries are automatically posted. And you can imagine how much time we are saving. And all this time, whatever we are saving, we can use it productively for various other purposes. Or assuming you're not able to track it, 80% you're able to do, 20% is still taking time, maybe put suspense account entries and send it off. Or forget that. Next time what you do, you send this data to your client and tell to the client itself which nature of account it can fall under. If the client is having time, he may probably classify and give it. Otherwise, whatever is common, he may probably say that, this is the rule. For the rest of them, these are the clarifications. So a whole lot of time is saved, and you can also do this work much more faster. Okay, so that's basically how I try to